Good evening and welcome. Here is a COVID-19 special edition on Channels Television. I'm Millicent Walker. It's a 30-minute daily update at noon, at 6 p.m. and a 45-minute update at 9 p.m. on the coronavirus pandemic in Nigeria and across the world. I'll take that again. It is a 30-minute daily update at noon, at 6 p.m. and a 45-minute update at 9 p.m. every day on the coronavirus pandemic in Nigeria and also across the world. Here are some of the highlights. Unconfirmed reports that the Chief of Staff to President Muhammadu Buhari has tested positive to COVID-19. Also here in Lagos, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu orders shutting down of all markets except those selling essential life-saving products like food, water from Thursday, the 26th of March 2020. And from the sporting world, the 2020 Summer Olympic Games is postponed. So let's begin by bringing you up to speed with the latest figures coming in from the World Health Organization Situation Room, which shows that the coronavirus pandemic has continued to spread, with governments taking decisive steps to stop it. Now, this is what the World Health Body is telling us. Globally, the organization has reported 332,930 confirmed cases with 14,510 deaths. Western Pacific is reported to have 95,637 confirmed cases with about 3,473 deaths. In Europe, it's 171,424 confirmed cases with over 8,000 deaths. The Southeast Asia has 1,776 confirmed cases and about 58 deaths. The World Health Body is also reporting Eastern Mediterranean with 25,375 confirmed cases and has recorded over 1,000 deaths. The region of the Americas has a total of 37,016 confirmed cases with 465 deaths. Africa has 990 cases so far. Now, the Tokyo Olympics have been postponed by a year in view of the coronavirus pandemic. Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe says the International Olympic Committee agreed to delay 100%. It's the first time an Olympic Games has been postponed, though it was cancelled in wartime, but never postponed. Death toll from the disease worldwide has gone beyond 334,981, with a death toll of more than 14,000. The pandemic has spread to 189 countries and regions globally, and it is accelerating.
The Olympic Games was made with the Chinese government in tow. Prime Minister Shinzo Abe says the July 24th to August 9th event will be rescheduled for the summer of 2021 at the latest, as proof of victory over the coronavirus. The postponement was also extended to the Paralympics, scheduled to hold later in the year. The International Paralympic Committee says it has given full support for the Games to be moved also by a year. The Paralympics were due to take place between August 25th and September 6th, but now must be held no later than the summer of 2021. In other news surrounding the virus, Saudi Arabia today announced its first death. The victim was a 51-year-old man from Afghanistan. The kingdom has the highest rate of infections in the Gulf, second to Iran, with 205 new cases reported today, bringing the total number to 767. Over in Spain, another 6,582 infections have been announced in the past 24 hours. The number of deaths now reaching 2,696. The country has a total number of 39,763 cases of coronavirus. Nearly 2,000 cases have been reported in Brazil, even though states have stepped up measures to curb the spread. The Pacaembu Stadium in Sao Paulo has been transformed to become a field hospital to treat more cases springing up in the country. India goes into full lockdown at midnight today. The country reported over 30 fresh cases, taking the tally to 551. The World Health Organization is warning that the United States could become the global epicenter of the outbreak. President Donald Trump is looking to South Korea for medical supplies to help fight the coronavirus pandemic, according to the presidential office in Seoul. South Korea itself has been widely praised for its handling of the COVID-19 outbreak, which has involved aggressive use of technology, widespread testing, and contact tracing. It's not clear what kind of medical devices are being requested by the U.S. president.
Joining us on our special coverage of COVID-19 is our health correspondent, Yomi Otaegbe. Hello, Yomi.
Hi, Millicent. Good to be here at this very difficult time for the world.
Indeed. The World Health Organization has called it a pandemic. It's abating in some places we hear, Hubei, Wuhan, where it started in China, but we're seeing it spread more rapidly in Europe and also the United States, which the World Health Organization is saying might be the epicenter.
New epicenter.
Exactly.
Yes.
Is there hope for the world, Yomi?
Okay, so if you have everything going on, the last thing you should hold on to is hope. So we have hope. But we need to just have more than hope. All around the world, people are, taking measures. And that is what has helped China. Of course, they are not really out of the woods yet. But if you remember that the lockdown on Wuhan happened on January 23, that's, disease started in December. And then from there, we can see that, okay, the cases, particularly in that city, which was the epicenter, started dropping. I think they just recorded one in a doctor just this Tuesday. And so we can see that the world needs to learn from that we need to take these proactive actions now. And that one of it is, this lockdown that we have seen. India has done it. South Africa has announced that by Thursday night, there will be lockdown. Lagos state government, just announced some too. So those are the kind of measures that everyone needs to work at.
So do you expect that these restrictions that are being imposed, worldwide will work, will contain the spread?
The Director General of the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, was sharing with us some of his experiences when he went to China. And he said what he noticed was the unity amongst the people to say, you know what, this is here with us and we need to fight it. And that was why when they say, everyone stay at home, you just have to comply because you know what that means. And so we need to go beyond, okay, the government is saying, let us do this. We need to follow up as individuals. We don't want to keep peddling this rumor or this fake news that there is no coronavirus, particularly in Nigeria. Because some people will still tell you, you know what, this is just a make-up story for somebody to get money from somewhere, all those kind of stories. That is not what we want to spread. We want to talk about the fact that, yes, coronavirus is deadly, but do you know how many people have survived from it? We also want to sell that story. We also want to be able to take this out to the people. So we have over 300,000 cases around the world. And sadly, we have over 14,000 people dying from it. So look at the gap. If you do the mathematics, you take out 14,510 from 332,000 cases more. You have over 300 people surviving from it. So we don't need to go out with, fear that this is going to kill me, it's a death sentence. No. You have to know that you need to equip yourself with all of the information that you need to know. No rumor, no, the other day the NAFDAC DG was talking about clinical trial of chloroquine. And we hear some people going all out
Overboard.
To go buy chloroquine and, taking it and causing other issues.
Yeah, so perhaps the information needs to get to some of those areas, the remote areas, the rural areas as well. So
Yes.
how much information is really getting there?
So part of the information that needs to get to the rural area is that, this hand washing that we're talking about, this social distancing, and for people to also know that, yes, it's been said that people who are older, they are more susceptible to, being fatal when it comes to, having coronavirus. So this is not the time that you want to go and see grandma. If you are a young person, you can call her or call, grandpa on the phone and say hello. Because if you take the infection to them, or you think, oh, the city is going to be all locked down, let me run to the village. This is not the time to, just run around. It's the time for us to be on board. The name of the game is cooperation and following exactly, what the health authorities and government, they're putting in place.
All right, Yomi Otagbe, we'd like to thank you for talking to us on this very important issue.
Thank you so much.
Well, now it may not be a total lockdown order, but the Lagos State government today directed all market stores to close down from Thursday, the 26th of March 2020, except for those selling essential life-saving items that include food and water. Now, Governor Sanwo-Olu also directed a partial halt to travels by road or air in and outside Lagos in order to curb the spread of COVID-19. He gave the briefing at his Marina residence in Lagos.
All markets and stores, except markets that are selling food items, water, medicines, pharmacies, medical equipment, and other related essential life-saving products, daily life products, are hereby directed to close effective from Thursday, 26th March 2020 for 7 days at the first instance. I'm sure we're clear with that directive. All fast foods, eateries, restaurants are enjoined to serve takeaway for all their customers with no in-dining service permitted whatsoever. Shops in malls that are not selling any of these initially mentioned food items, medical equipment, essential daily needs, they are all meant to also close down from Thursday, 26th of March 2020. And I want to say that the compliance of this directive will be fully enforced by all our security operatives. We're also planning to extend our shopping channels by using some of our open spaces in some of our closed schools, meaning that we want to open up more markets in some of our schools, and this will all be food markets for people to have access to food and essentials. This will start in 2 days' time, and we'll tell you where all these markets will be in these new school spaces. I also want to urge that travel to and from Lagos, whether by road or by air, be avoided at this time. The federal government has also advised residents of Lagos and Abuja to stay put where they are. And I would like to reiterate that this is in strongest terms possible. As much as possible, let us refrain from interstate traveling of any kind until the worst of this crisis is behind us.